Namaste. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. As always, please practice according to your conditions and respect your limitations. If you are very familiar with practice and know the variations, and I invite you to go ahead and do them. Otherwise, please ensure that you are practicing within your comfort level and your ability level. So on that note, let's begin. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for liberation from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other, only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So let's start off with calming breathing, just to bring the mind into a state of calmness. And this helps to relieve cravings, and it also helps to prepare the mind for meditation. So when the mind is restless, the mind has no ability to find stillness. It's always full of expectations, full of desires. And so in order to do that, in order to quell these desires, we have to try to find a way to tame the mind. So this is one technique that will help that. There's no breath retention in this. It's just an even flow in and out of breath. And you can use a visualization on the inhale. Just imagine the breath descending towards the root of the spine. Exhale, the breath moves back up. So it's called friction, the friction technique, friction breathing. So you're bringing the body, you're moving the breath down in perhaps a way that is not completely intuitive. So, but just try to imagine the movement of breath, and then keep your mind fixed on that movement. If your mind starts to wander, remain unjudging, remain unconcerned. Just pull your mind back to the breathing at hand as often as you need to. So, left hand in Yana Mudra, second finger and thumb connected, other 3 fingers extended on the left knee. Right hand, Vishnu Mudra, second, third fingers fold in towards a palm, turn a palm towards you, and then becomes the mudra that we use for pranayama. It's no longer Vishnu Mudra at this point. The thumb for the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left nostril. So we're just controlling the passage of the breath through these, with these fingers through the nostrils. So, sitting up tall and straight. Try to keep your attention on the space between your eyebrows, a seated divine perception the whole time. Exhale completely, empty the lungs. And then close off the right side, inhale down to the left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, close the left, open right, exhale. 2, 3, 4, bring the breath back up. 6, 7, 8. Inhale down, 2, 3, 4. Feel the breath moving down towards the root of the body. 7, 8. Close the right, open left. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was one cycle. Inhale down, left. 3, 4. Gradually filling up. Inflate the lungs. 6, 7, 8. Close the left, open right. Exhale, deflate slowly. 2, 3, 4. Control the inhale and exhale so it's always smooth. 7, 8. Inhale back down to the right. 3, 4. Fill up the lungs, raise the chest. 6, 7, 8. Close right, open left. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale down left. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close left, open right. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you close the nostrils completely before you breathe in and out. 7, 8. Inhale back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close right, open left. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue to be the witness, watching the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close left, open right. Exhale. 4. Watching the lungs. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down. Inhale. Right. Close right, open left. Exhale. Continue. Lose yourself in a breath. Keep nice and even breathing, no forcing, no forceful breathing. But try to bring in as much air as possible on the inhale. And empty out as much as you can on the exhale. Continue to be the witness, watching the breath moving. Continue to observe without any expectation or attachment to the results. For attachment to results and expectation bring about restlessness in the mind. Imagine all beings benefiting this through this practice, through you. Let's do one more cycle after you complete this current one completes. Wherever you're at, just finish the cycle completely. Don't shortchange on the inhales or exhales just for the sake of completing faster. And once you're done, just sit quietly for a moment. Take a moment to observe the state of the mind, the state of the body and the emotions, and have no concern as to what you observe. No expectation once again. Be as lighthearted as a child. You will always be content. Take wonder in everything that you observe, just like a child does. We'll continue to explore the forms with childlike wonder throughout the practice. And just revel in all the divine qualities that are within each and every being. These are just the ways that God's grace and beauty manifests in each form. So now let's begin. Come to standing. So start off by charging the body up with your earth's energy. Bring the feet about 10 inches apart. Raise your arms above the head. Adjust the camera. Just give me a second. Okay. Raise your arms above the head. And we'll start by bringing your energy up through the body. Inhale. 3, 4. Feel the energy rising right up through the body. 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention of the breath at the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4. Feel the charge rippling down through every part of the body. 6, 7, 8. Inhale again. Pull your energy right up through the body to the fingertips. 4. Feel yourself being flooded by that earth's energy. 7, 8. Hold in the fingertips. Hold the breath again. 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. Inhale. Pull your energy right up to the fingertips. 3, 4. Feel that surge of energy rising right up. 7, 8. Holding at the fingertips. Hold the breath. 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. Feel fully charged as the charge continues to propagate its way through the body. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring your arms down now. Continue to use that energy throughout the practice. So now, let's start to move the body, move the joints in every way possible to bring the body in a state of radiant health. Hands on the hips, start to circle the head. Large circles as possible, the ears touching the shoulders, the chin coming onto the chest, back of the head, brushing across the top of the back. Change the direction of rotation, roll the head around the neck, as though we're very heavy and cannot stay on the top of the neck. Good. And now, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, pull the arms up overhead, spread the fingers. Exhale, pull them down, form fists of the hands. Fingers, the arms active. Now inhale front, exhale pull in. Do the exercises with enthusiasm and vigor. And then release, arm swings back and forth. And then release, arms across the body, exhale, throw them back. Think of the body as a vehicle. And keep the vehicle in good running condition so it can serve you well. Just like your healthy body can serve you well to transmit the benefits of the practice to all beings. And then release. Arms up on the inhale, and then throw the body down. Line the belly to hit the thighs, perhaps. One more. Just stay down here for a moment, allow the body to just hang heavily, and then roll your way back up. Next one, squats. So if you can't come down all the way, just come down as far as you can. Be mindful of your knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down into squat. And come back up. Arms up to the side, twist from side to side. Come back to the center. Next one, circle the arms up, inhale, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. So again, go as low that you can. And then release. Now you bring your arms out in front of the body. This is starting position. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and punch right back out. And then we're going to drop the arms by the sides of the body. Circle in a quarter this time. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms down. Next one, open up your feet a little bit more about the width of the mat. Toes beyond the edges of the mat. Left arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to the right. Right arm up, inhale. Exhale, bend to left. Next one, same movement, but the breathing's a little bit different. Left arm up, inhale, bend to the right, hold the breath. Coming back up on the exhale, right arm up, inhale, and then go to the left. And then release on the exhale. Continue. Left arm overhead, try not to hunch forward. Feel so you had weights attached to all the fingertips of both hands. Pull you deeper into the bend. And try to do it without incurring too many wrinkles in the underside of the body. You can gaze up to remind yourself to not hunch, to not close up. Remain open in every sense, physically, emotionally, mentally. Be receptive to all experiences, all possibilities, all perspectives. Learn something from everything and everyone. And come back to that gratefulness. All children are so happy for every experience they get to discover, so stay in that mindset. And then one more on each side. Reach over the head. mindfully, of course, in a way that's enjoyed by all beings, not going to a place of pain or suffering, anxiety or distress. This is not what you want to transmit. And then coming back up. So now let's come onto the hands and knees for cat-cow. Hands underneath the shoulders. So fire up the core muscles. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch the belly skin. Exhale, the back skin. Inhale. Exhale. Telescope neck out shoulders. Push the chest forward away from the seat. Exhale so you don't jam up the lower back or the back of the neck. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Push heart down and forward. Exhale, push your leg between your shoulder blades. Inhale, sink the belly button. Push it down towards ground. Exhale. Throw it up to the lower back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral. Raise your right leg up on the inhale. Exhale, swing out to the right. And then the other leg, left leg up, inhale, exhale, swing out to your left. And then release. So now working the back muscles. Make the back strong and supple so it's a more efficient conduit of energy. Anchor down to the lower body, the thighs and the hips and the tops of the feet pressing down. Join the hands if you can behind the back, otherwise you can separate your hands if that's too much for your shoulders. Pull your shoulders back. Now engage the buttocks and your back as you lift up the chest up. Exhale down. Inhale up and down. Continue. Up. Down, up, 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 and down, and release. Breathe in. Breathe out, let go of all fatigue. Remember, if you can't do all repetitions, just do as many as you can. Okay, so now the arms in front of the body. Choices, you can raise the legs and the arms up, and then back down. If you're stronger, swing your legs up, and when the legs come down, the action of the hips and the chest come in contact with the ground, throw the upper body up. Okay, so this is good to prevent buildup of gas. Release. Forehead down on the hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now Exhale, we're going to come back. Sit back on your heels. This next sequence has 4 movements. Inhale, rounding your back, coming up, high cat. Exhale, cobra. Drop your hips to your hands, shoulders back, head back. Inhale, back up. Inhale. Exhale, bring the seat back. Just reversing it. Inhale, up. And uncoiling gracefully. Inhale, back up. Round your back, chin into the chest. Exhale, send the seat back. Inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, arching, flexing the spine. Back into rounding, and then flattening and lengthening as you bring the seat back. Inhale up. Exhale, forward. Imagine you can see right through your skin at the spine. Inhale, watch and move the spine and back. Move in a way that doesn't create any discontinuities at either end. Forward, either at the lower back or the back of the neck, and back. Keep it free of wrinkles, the skin smooth. Inhale up in those areas. Forward. Inhale. Exhale, create visualizations. I'll help you to come into the movements more effectively and powerfully. Inhale. Exhale. You can, for instance, imagine your wave on the ocean, rising up, emerging from the water, reaching its full height, then starting to crest, and then eventually diminish and disappear back into the water. And constant movement of the wave. Up and forward, up and back. Whatever you do, just trying to keep the spine long, the flow of the energy continuous forward. So any sharp bends in the spine, any discontinuities will stop, inhibits the energy flow and forward. Just like when you fold a hose in half, that big kink will stop the water flow and back. Inhale up and forward. Up. Observe the body like you're the witness and back. One more time. Inhale up and forward. Telescope the neck out, shoulders, trunk out, hips back up. Inhale and return. Forehead to the ground. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Remove all fatigue, all struggles. Good. So next one, working the core and the thighs a little bit. I'll anchor down through the tops of the feet, the shins. You have to imagine trying to press the thighs in towards another end. To do that, you can also just keep your hands on the thighs the whole time, or on the seat. These are a little bit more accessible, and you just lean back on. You come back. You start the inhale, hold the breath as you lean back and come back up. If you're stronger, you can take your arms out like a pitchfork, or maybe even over the head. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, go back. Come up. Try to keep your body rigid. Come back as far as you can comfortably. Wash the body by itself. Then you'll be able to get lower and lower. Again, do as many as you can. Press down to the tops of feet and the toes. The breath retention will make the body feel lighter. If you still have it in you, 4 more. Last one. knees. So now bring your knees together if you can. You can either sit on your heels, on your feet, and walk your hands back and just try to stretch your body from the shoulders to the knees. If you have more flexibility, you can sit between your heels. Knees stay together if you can. If you need to separate them, but it's okay. You can come down lower, maybe on your elbows, maybe right on your back. This softens the knees. If you're on your back, you can take hold of your opposite elbows over the head. Take a deep breath in. Balloon at the chest and the belly. Exhale, deflate. Feel the whole back body just sagging and sinking into the ground. So we're very heavy. The belly button just going right through the body. Inhale again. Exhale. Deflate completely. Now to come back up, bring your hands to the heels, push into elbows, tuck your chin in, and then from here, make your way back up. Okay, so now, bring your seats back on your heels again, child's pose. Make your way into cobra. Inhale, slide forward. Raise the head, bring the head back, hold the breath. And back, exhale. Make sure you don't jam up the neck. Inhale, come forward, or if you need to, you can start baby plank and drop your hips down and then up and coil. Bring the head back. And then back, exhale. So do whatever entry method is suitable for you. Inhale. If you're gliding, brush your nose to the ground. Come forward, hips to the hands, lift the head. Again, don't jam up the neck. Keep the neck telescoping out the shoulders. Back, exhale. Try to copy the movement of the snake. Forward. We copy the serpent on all levels. Embody all the divine characteristics and qualities. And back, exhale. Imagine having that boundless range of motion. Be regal and wise, cool and fierce. And back, exhale. Inhale again, slide, tug at the floor, try to pull the floor towards you to propel yourself forward with more ease and power. And back, exhale. Inhale again, glide. It's a very good pose for strengthening and making the back and making it supple. And back, exhale. Inhale, feel like this time, King Cobra. So as you come up, press into your fingertips with the palms, and then pull the feet up, and the knees, try to bring the toes to the head. And back, exhale. Inhale, come forward again. That's just an option. Just working more joints out at the same time. Imagine you're squeezing socks behind your knees. And back, exhale. Inhale, just keep visualizing yourself in the practice that you're trying to attain. Maybe you don't have it right now. It's constant practice with obedience to the Guru within, who's always guiding you. Perhaps one day the body will obey. Come forward again, hold the breath, hold the pose. Everything stops. All the mind fluctuations, the body movements, and the emotions, so they're frozen. And back, exhale. Inhale. Come up. Neck long. Shoulders down. Chest wide open. And back. And as a result, the heart wide open as well. Come forward. Just imagine you're just sending the heart of love out to all beings. Project your love to everywhere. And back. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Now come up into plank, lower down onto your belly, and flip onto your back. Okay, so this one, tucks. Raise your arms overhead, stretch out through the legs, the fingers, the toes. Exhale, pull into a tuck. Try to bring your chin to the knees. Inhale, reach up. The shoulders to the knees. Inhale up. The chin between the knees, I should say. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull in tight. Inhale, try to get all the body parts in the center. Exhale, come in. Inhale, powerful movements. Equal power delivered on the inhale and the exhale. Inhale, making the body taut. Exhale, compacting the body. Make the body look like a fist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch out. Hold the breath and tuck this time. Everything stops. Attention to the space between your eyebrows so you can push the forehead to your fists. Put your hand above your knees. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach out. Make that easy. Squeeze your elbows to the sides of the knees. Place one fist in front of the other. Maybe your head will reach the fists. If not, be unconcerned. Just do your best. Inhale, reach out. Pull in. Just keep your attention on the space between your eyebrows anyways. Your attention's like a magnet. Attracts all the prana there. All the life force. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Hold the breath and tuck. Release, exhale. Inhale. And tuck. Knees, chin, forehead, hands, heels, seat. Everything glued together. Inhale, reach up. Hold the breath, tuck. Keep the shoulders up off the mat. And release. The shoulder blades wrapping around the body. So we're embracing the body. And last one. Pull up and in. Release. Now breathe in. Breathe out. Let go of all fatigue. Relax. Alright. So now, bring your arms up over the head. Bring the legs up. If you can't, cross the back, shoulders down. Bring your feet back over your head. If you can't get them all the way back, don't worry about it. And from here, roll a few times. If you need the movement of the legs coming down to sit up, you can. Otherwise, if you're stronger, bring your feet down first and keep your feet down as you try to sit up. So again, according to your abilities, trying to move the body in any which way possible to make it very efficient and used to movements. Do two more, roll back, forth. Try to make the movement smooth, no jerks. Keep your limbs and arms strong and straight. Good. And the next time you roll back, get ready to bend. Slowly roll back. As you're coming down, bend your knees, bend your feet, and come up. So now they can wait to the front of the mat. Need a moment. Okay. Now, come to the front of the mat. Hands to the heart. Surya Namaskara. So imagine that light and the warmth streaming down on you. Think of that as a warmth, as wisdom and the love of God. Infuse yourself with that and send it out to all beings everywhere. So imagine your Bhumi is one with all beings, like a school of fish. Raise your arms up over the head, stretch up and back. And then fold the body down onto your legs, chest on the thighs, head down, right foot back, lower down the knees, sink down to the seat. Come into the high plank, lower the knees down, the seat all the way back. Glide through between your arms. Right into cobra, point your toes. Roll over your toes back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, bring the head down. The right foot steps forward to the hands, back knee down. If that was difficult, lower the knee down. If the foot doesn't make it all the way, just use the right hand to assist the foot forward. Push the seat in. And then bring the feet back together, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. Engage the buttocks and the upper back muscles, support your movement. Raise your arms up. Push down into the feet, the roots, the toes and the heels. And then down we go into Uttanasana. Left foot back, lower down the knees, sink down to the seat. Into the plank, lower the knees down, the seat back. Again, pull yourself through between your arms. Coming up gracefully to the cobra. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sink the chest down towards the ground. Soften in every sense. Left foot forward, back knee down. And then the feet come together, Uttanasana again. Balance the legs, a gesture of humbleness. Come right up, arch back. As you see fit, hands back to the heart. Roll up and back. Fold forward. Watch the body moving all by itself. Right foot back, lower down the knees, sink down for the seat. Into the plank. Carry your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with even more power, steadiness, and grace. And from here, as your body's coming forward, when your hips come to your hands, lift your knees and your hips up off the ground. Upward facing dog. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Head comes down below the arms, and the right foot forward, back knee down. Push the seat all the way forward towards the front heel. And then the feet come together, Uttanasana. Bounce the legs. Adjust your humility. And rise up, bring your arms up over the head. Open yourself up to divine grace, hands back to the heart. Think of the intention of every movement. Reach up, expressing divine love, devotion, and complete utter surrender to divine service. Left foot back, drop down to the seat, and then it's a high plank. Lower the knees down, the seat all the way back. Again, as you're coming forward, the hips coming to the hands. Lift the hips up and the knees away from the ground. Back, the legs are charged. Roll over your toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Modify, of course, according to condition. Left foot forward, sink down to the seat, and then the feet come together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to stand, reach up and back. And then come back home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up, reach up and back. Fold the body down, Uttanasana. Right foot back, this time do not drop the back knee to the ground, keep the back leg strong. Into the plank. Now here, you can bring the seat back. If you can't, swing right through to upward facing dog, pull the elbows into the sides, body, push through, reach your toes, and hands, and swing up into upward facing dog. If you need to, of course, bring your knees down, repeat what we did before. If that's too much, you can even do the cobra, sliding on your belly, and then into Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right foot forward, back knee lifted, back leg nice and strong, and then send the left foot forward to meet the right, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then return home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up, stretch the whole front of the body, create space. Approach your true nature, which is absolutely boundless in its potential, Uttanasana. Left foot back, back leg strong, into the plank. Bring the seat back again, your choice of entry into upward or facing dog or cobra. Pull the elbows right into the sides of the body. Try not to touch the hips and knees to the ground as you're coming forward. Upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then left foot forward to the hands. Back leg strong. Feet together, Uttanasana. Pull the body to your legs. Come right to stand and reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Oh, always explore different variations. Be grateful for every experience. Pull the body down onto the legs. Lift the head and chest, press into your hands, hold the breath. Upward or walk back. Bend your elbows as you're coming back so that you don't make a big jarring landing. Into chaturanga here or on the belly. Right up into upward facing dog. Keep your toes bent under. And so you can get your hips a little bit further between your hands. And pulse, make it as though you're trying to fold the body in half. Bring your shoulders back, the nose up. Look like a dog howling at the moon. You can try to push your chest up, away from your seat. Try to move in a way that doesn't crunch the lower back. Keep on finding length. Now push and twist your toes. Send the seat up, and then send the head down below the arms. Pulse here again. Try to get your belly towards your thighs, your chest towards ground. Try not to bend the arms at the elbows. Keep melting the shoulders down. If you're very flexible, tap the top of the head to the ground. Even more so, maybe the nose, maybe the chin even. Make like a dog stretching its back. Look like a dog who's loyal to its master. Embody that humbleness, that loyalty. Good. Now lift the heels, bend the knees up to the hands, hold your breath. Hop or walk forward, the feet to the hands. Bring the body down against the legs, Uttanasana. Come right to standing, reach up high over the head. Arch back, hands back to the heart. Again, raise your arms up over the head, reach back. And pull down. Uttanasana, gesture of humbleness. Left hand chest, press into your hands, hold the breath. Back into chaturanga, any exit you like. And into upward facing dog. Now this time transitioning between upward and downward. Round your back, and then as you make your way to downward facing dog, melt the heart. Immediately come forward again, round your back, and imagine trying to push your heart right between your shoulder blades. Coming to upward facing dog, uncoil the chest. The heart right through the center of the chest. Back the other way now. Round your back, melt the heart towards the ground. And then come forward again. If you need to just do one, nice and slow, that's better for you, then of course, move according to what your intuition, your inner voice. Meet back in downward facing dog again. Express that beautiful quality of the dog's loyalty. And then from here, lift the heels, bend the knees up between your hands. Hold your breath and bring your feet forward, hopping or walking. Pull the body down onto your legs. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head. And then return. Next one, a different variation here. Keep on adding on. Reach the arms up over the head, arch back. And from here, separate your hands as you're going down. Bend your knees, you can land your belly on your thighs, and push the top of the head towards the ground. Plunge the head down, Uttanasana. Now here, the right foot back. Try not to touch the ground, the fingers to the ground. Lower the knee, relax the toes. Sweep the arms up into Kapiyasana. Make a crescent shape, move your body, reach the body out of the hips. And then from here, bring your hands down. Step back into high plank. And then from here, either chaturanga or knees chest forward to the ground. And right into upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Make this look like a divine dance of devotion. Right leg up and back. Step the foot between the hands. Backing down, flatten out the toes. Arms up over the head, arch back, reach back, lean away from the leg. Now from here, Uttanasana, try not to touch the fingers to the ground. Press up your right foot, send your left foot forward. Your hands join together as your head goes down, and your hands go over your shoulders, maybe even in front of your head. Come all the way back up. Sweep your arms up, over the head, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Keep watching the body moving. Go up again. Reach up and back. Stretch. Fold down. Separate your hands. Bend your knees. You can land your belly on your thighs. Imagine trying to get your chest to go lower than the knees. Uttanasana. So you can straighten your legs totally if you can. The top head reaching towards the ground. Forehead pressing into your shins. Then release the hands. Heavy on the right foot. Left foot goes back. Try not to touch the fingers to the ground in between as you come into upward right crescent moon. And then from here, bring your hands down, step back into high plank, lower down Ashtanga Namaskara or Chaturanga into upward facing dog. Toss with the neck, out the shoulders, back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Left foot comes up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. And step the foot between your hands, softly landing it, no sound. Lower that knee, flatten out the toes, raise your arms up over the head, arch back, And then again, press into your left foot, lean forward, belly on your thighs, and bring the right foot forward if you can without touching your hands to the ground. Uttanasana. Trying to get your chest below the knees, the forehead to press against the shins if your legs are straight. If you need to, as your body starts to detach from the thighs, just keep your knees bent. Coming right up again. Arms up over the head, arch back, engage spikes in the upper back. And come back home. Bring your hands back to the heart. From the heart, inhale all the love in the heart right up to the ground. Hold the breath, send it out to all beings. Imagine the love going out to everyone and everything. And exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all. And release. Think of no being as lower than yourself or more higher. Okay, so now let's try to do a few standing poses. Stand on your left foot first. So I'm going to bring the right knee up. Take hold of the ankle and pull it back so the heel's against the seat, your thighs together, the left arm up. Now push the chest up. You can look up here if you like. Now here, you have the choice. Bring our left arm down to the height of the shoulders and pull the foot up so the thigh is level with the hip. The foot's about the height of the head, the toes about the height of the head. If you want, you can lean forward a little bit. Sometimes it helps to soften the left knee a little bit as you're leaning forward. Push the foot far away from your body and then straighten your leg again. More flexible, lean forward a little bit more, pull the foot up higher. And then soften the left knee again, push into your left foot, come up and release. I'll do it sideways so you can see another view. Raise the left leg up, holding the ankle, and then pull the foot up, heel against the seat. You can stay like this the whole time. Push your chest up. If this is more level, then stay here. If you want, bring your right arm forward now, and bring the foot up. Okay, my thigh level to the ground here, shoulders stay over the hips, or soften the right knee a little bit. Lean forward and push the foot as far away from the body as possible. And then straighten out to your right leg again. Engage the leg, the muscles below and above the knee. And release. Bring the left foot back down. Good. Now from here, ballet pose. Push into your left foot. Bring the right foot up. Hold the inside of the heel. Bring your arm and the leg out at the same time. If you're having trouble bouncing, you can stand against the wall and try to have your toes level with your fingertips. So either you look like a letter T, perhaps, or higher up. Lean a little to your left. Open up a little bit. Open up your chest. Really press through the edges of the feet, the corner, the toes. Now, option here, hold your breath, engage leg muscles, and see if you can let go of the foot slowly without dropping the foot. Good. Now bring the foot down softly. Don't touch the ground. Come forward into airplane. Arms out to the side. Keep your arms and body straight, and then make like an airplane diving towards the ground. The head coming to about the height of the knee. The foot coming higher than the head. Keep your left hip over the toes, the heel I should say. And from here, press into your left foot. Hold your breath, come back up. And come back. So try it on the other side now. Press down through the right foot. Lift the left knee up. Take hold of the heel. And then take your leg out to the side. If you found this very difficult to straighten your leg, you can bring your hand underneath the knee. And if you really can't straighten your leg, just do your best you can. Okay, so you can hold the inside of the knee if you like. Of course, you're more flexible. Maybe look more like a Y shape. Lean to the right so your fingers and toes stay on the same line. Pull the foot out a little bit more. graceful like a dancer. Then again, hold the breath. Engage leg muscles. Let go of the foot slowly, not too fast, otherwise the foot will drop down. And then from here, control the descent. Engage your leg muscles. Hold your breath if you need to as your leg coming down. And see if you can come into airplane without lowering your foot to the ground. Dive down your body, your head coming down about the height of the knee, your left leg staying straight and coming up higher and higher. Now push into your right foot and come back up. Good. Now from here, standing in the middle of the mat, facing along the edge of the mat. Fingertips on the same lines, your elbows and your shoulders. Jump your feet apart. Go to your left for Virabhadrasana 2. Try to get your seat very low so that your knee is over the toes. And when you swing your right hand down, maybe the fingers touch the ground. Do according to your hips, of course. Now from here, Parsvakonasana. So if you're higher up and your hips are a little bit tight, you can just bring a forearm on your leg and bring the right arm up over the head. Make sure you have a straight line from the foot to the hand. Make sure the hip is not jutting up. If your hip is low, about the height of the knee or lower, you might be able to take your hand to the ground. Reach the right arm over the head. Now from here, push into the front foot, push the right hip back. Come onto your fingertips and slide your hand back so the hand's a little bit behind your heel. Your elbows on against the knee. And you can stay on the fingertips or take a block if you like. Right arm over the left. Trikonasana. If you can get your hand down, go ahead. Keep your body parallel to the ground. Think of all the triangles that your body's making. Make them nice and sharp, the lines true and straight. Now from here, come back, face the front foot, turn the back foot so the toes are pointing forward, left hip moves back. So from here, extend to the ground, exhale, bow down to the front leg. The chest comes down onto your shin, your shoulder is right beside the knee, right against the knee. Keep on reaching top head to the ground. Then inhale, raise the head again, body level to the ground, and see if you can take your left arm up. You can't take your arm all the way up. Your shoulders tight, your hips tight. You can keep your hand on the seat. And just push into your seat, push your left shoulder back as much as you can. Try to get your left hip even with the right hip. So move the right hip forward, move the right hip forward, left hip back. And if you need to, you move the right foot in. Make sure the heel's on the ground. So you can just stay here if you like. And then coming back. From here, lower the knee down, flatten up the toes. Kapiyasana, raise your arms up over the head. Arch back, push the chest up. Arch the back. Imagine your index fingers going over the back toe. Lean away from the leg if it's too much. Hands on the seat. Push into the seat, pull down. Try not to create to remove all the wrinkles from underneath your hands on the lower back. And then push your way back up. From here, bring your hands down to the inside of the foot. Move your left foot out to the edge of the mat. And then fall to the right, so you can get your right hip to come down, the right form, roll back to your left. If you're tight in the hips, you can stay on your hands, but just keep dropping your seat forward. Make sure that your knee doesn't fall away from your shoulder. Move the foot out so that the knee stays over the foot. If you're very flexible, maybe you'll get the chest on the ground, your hips anchored to the ground, the rest with your hips anchored to the ground, the body will move a little bit more deeper. Keep telescoping your chest and head forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body comes closer to the ground as well. If you're on your chest, the shoulders on the foot, left arm on the outside of the foot. And now come back onto your hands. I'll do it this way as you can see. Left foot slides back so the legs are like a box. Just like this. Okay, bend the toes under the back foot. From here, the right arm up. Angle the toe to knee towards right. Try to get your right arm down on the outside of the left leg. Armpit staying on the outside of the knee. Left hand pushes into right. You have to push hard so that the belly comes up higher than the thigh. The center of the chest moves towards the thumbs. And then roll the left shoulder all the way back. If you have the ability to do so, take your seat back, move your left hand to your elbow, and guide your right hand underneath the leg. Left arm goes over the back, pull the hand out from underneath, lock your fingers together, or take hold of your left wrist to your right hand. Hold your breath. If you can, take your back knee up off the ground. Push back through the heel and rotate your chest and face upwards to a face up. Remember, according to your condition, you can stay on your knee. Your hands can also stay in prayer. And then return. So from here, lower the back knee down. Bring your hands down. And from here, press the knee up off the ground, right knee, turn back towards the front. Or, facing the long edge of the mat, arms up. Go to the other side now. Bend your right knee, come into your Virabhadrasana. Be fierce and mighty like the warrior. Make sure your knee's not popping in. It stays in line with your foot. From here, Paschimottanasana. Left arm over the head with your forearm on the arm, depending where your stance, how deep your stance is. If your seat is low, you can take your hand down to the ground. You can use a block if you need to. Left shoulder moves back. Straight line from the hand to the foot. Make sure this is not happening. Your arm is stays strong and straight. And from here, push into the front foot and move the left hip back. Slide your hand back, your right hand. Left arm goes back over in line with the other hand. Triangle. Push the left hip back. Again, try to think of the shape of the triangle, all the different triangles formed by your body. Try to make them as pronounced as possible. Lines are straight. Good. Come on to your fingertips if you need to. Your elbows right against the knee. And from here, turn forward. Walk your right hand to the outside of the right foot. Move your left foot in. Toes pointing forward, pyramid. Push the left hip forward, the right hip back, and balance the leg. Your belly is centered over the thigh. Your chest coming down, top of the head, moving towards the foot, the chest. Imagine trying to get beyond the knee. Very flexible. Your elbows against the knee, may your forearms will come right down. And from here, lift back up. You can take a block underneath your left hand if you need to as well. It's also a trick. Come on to your fingertips, right hand to the seat. Push the seat back. Use hand to lengthen the tailbone back. Turn to the right. You keep your hand on the seat if you can. You have no shoulder restrictions. Bring the right arm up. Try to keep the left heel down. Then release. Come back down. Hands on the inside of the right foot. Move the right foot out to the edge of the mat. This, as you can see, and then again, drop down to your left. Roll back to the right. The more your hips anchor down, if your hips can anchor down, then maybe the rest of the body will follow more easily. The pelvis will come down. Eventually the belly, and then eventually the chest right down. Shoulder on the foot. Right arm to outside the foot to be very low, so you give yourself more space to come right flat on the ground. Be like a lizard sunning itself on a warm earth. If you're staying on your hands, just keep dropping your hips down. Imagine you have rocks in your hip pockets. Having the hips will help you in the pose to descend. Good. Now come back onto your hands. Slide the right foot back. Bend the toes under on the back foot. Left arm up. Angle the toe and the knee towards the left. Same line. Elbows, the armpits on the outside of the knee. Right hand into the left. And then push hard into your left hand so the belly comes higher than the thigh. And then you can start to spin. Keep pressing against the outside of the knee with your shoulder. Take your chest up. If you want, you can try to take your knee up off the ground. You can also try to take the bind. It's a little bit easier to have your knee down when you take the bind. Push your seat back. Again, create more space for the hand to snake underneath. And then, this is why you want to have your armpit on the other arm, just sitting on the leg. Right arm goes over the back. Lock the fingers together or hold the right wrist, your left hand. Push back through that left heel. And it looks like you're lying on your back. But try to get at least the right shoulder over, aligned on top of the other one. Now break the pose. Come back into plank position. Do it this way. Vasisthasana. Left hand moves in front of the nose. You keep your ankles crossed, or right foot in front of the left. Keep your hips high. If you need to, you lower your left knee down. Push your hips forward. Now from here, you can do this with in your full pose as well. Raise your right leg up. Okay, so if you have in the full pose, so you can press the left foot down, raise the leg up. If you want, you can even take hold of the foot. Push the foot away. Pull the foot back in. Release. Come on to the other hand now. Move to your left. The right hand a little bit from the shoulder to remind you to keep your arm extended. So you don't want to have this happen, sagging and dropping into your shoulder. Lift your hips up as well. Pull the right foot in a little bit, especially if you're trying to raise the left leg up. You can do this from your knee as well. And then bend your knee. So you can take hold of the foot and pull it back. Stretch the front of the body. Pull your heel in towards the seat. Back into high plank. Back into normal plank. Sorry, side plank, then back into normal plank. Lower the knees down, forehead down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now from here, lift up your seat, come onto the top of your head. Try to get your seat directly over your knees. Tuck your chin in, you feel a stretch in the back of the neck. If it's too much, you can just move your head forward a little bit more so you're more on the top of the head. If you're more flexible, try to get your head closer to your knees. Alternatively, you can take your forearms down beside your ears, your head. Lift your seat up so you can move deeper into it. You have to press into your elbows, press into your hands, so you might get your tops, your shoulders on the ground. And then back. So do this a couple of times. Be careful of your neck, of course. And then lower back down. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Roll your way up to seated. And then roll back into squatting pose. Press your thighs outwards with your elbows, your hands centered between your elbows in the same line. So now, Slide down a little bit so your elbows come closer to your ankles, your backs, your arms pressing against the insides of the legs, your shoulders against the knees. Press your hands down, push into your hands, hold your breath, and lift your heels up off the ground. So you do this, your arms are straighter, your shoulders are over the fingertips. Keep pressing the inner legs against the arms, hold the breath. If you want, you can bend your toes back so your toes are up off the ground. Kakasana. Your head stays higher. If you like, tuck your chin in, bring the forehead down, press into your elbows, come into teddy bear. Your knees are sitting on the upper arms. Those you want can come right into headstand. If you have a headstand practice and you're comfortable with it, go ahead. Good. Otherwise, stay in crow if you can. Or keep trying. Even if you don't lift your toes up off the ground, you can do it 1 foot at a time. So you can pull your toes 1 foot away from the ground and the other, dance from toe to toe. Now getting ready to come back down. So if you're in a headstand, pull your knees back in towards your body, come into a tuck. Land your arms on your legs on your arms, squeezing the knees against the shoulders. Hold your breath, push into your hands. Lift your head up, back into crow pose. And then back down. Now from here, forehead on the ground again, breathe in. Breathe out. And then lift up onto your knees. Standing on your knees, bend the toes under. Hands on the seat, push into the seat, pull down. And then lift your chest, bring your elbows towards and behind the back. Now if you can, lean back a little bit, press into your toes, your shoulders behind your feet. Right hand to the right heel, left hand to your left heel. If you can, bring heels together, lock your big fingers together, your thumb on the inside of the heel, your other fingers, your index finger on the outside of the foot, other fingers on the heel, underneath the heel, and then push your hips forward. Make as though you're about to fall on your thighs, your head back, rabbit pose. From here, press into your heels and lean back. Shoulders come back behind the feet. And then again, one hand, right hand to the seat. Push into the seat and down, other hand. And then keep pulling down onto the seat as you come back up. Into child's pose. Forehead on the ground, breathe in. Breathe out. And bring arms forward. Come up into table, lower down onto the belly, and then roll onto your back. So almost the same pose here. Pretty much the same pose except you're on the ground. Bring heels, lift up your feet, take hold of your ankles, and bring your feet right close against the seat. If you can, keep holding onto your ankles and push into the back of the shoulders and lift your hips up. Move your shoulders a little bit under and try to really push your chest towards your chin so that your knees, the backs of knees, in line with your heels. Otherwise, if you don't lift your hips are sinking down and your knees are over your toes. You try to get your backs and knees in line with your heels. If it's too much, you don't have to hold on to your ankles, just have your hands on the ground. Your fingers might still be touching the heels, however. And just try to get as much lift through the chest as possible. Tilt your hips forward. Good. Now move your hands underneath your seat. Tuck your shoulders under a little bit more if you need to. Hands flat, palms flat on the ground. Lower your seat down on your hands. Extend your legs. Now push into your lower arms. Lift your back up off the ground. Push your chest up. The top of the head comes down. Fish pose. If you're feeling strong, you can raise your legs 12 inches off the mat. Breathe very fast through the nose. Lower the legs down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. So from here you can slide your left foot in if you need to. You can start with slide your left foot in, foot flat on the ground, and raise your right leg up. Bend your knee, hold your ankle with your hands and take your knee right onto your shoulder if you can. And then just pull on the foot, try and get your foot closer to your head. If you can extend the left leg now. Feel the stretch in the backs of the legs. Take your attention to all those tight areas. And with an intention of releasing, that's where the prana will go, help to release that leg. You're very flexible. You can move your hands onto the sole of the foot. Take hold of your wrist. And if you're very flexible still, you can see if you can get your foot down right to the ground beside your head. So your foot slips out to the right a little bit. Keep extending through the left leg. And then release. Bring the right leg down, other leg. Slide your right foot in if you need to, closer to the seat. Take hold of the ankle, bend your left knee, and try to bring your knee onto the shoulder, the front of the shoulder. And then pull on the foot, try to get your foot closer to the head. If you can push the right heel out again. And try to straighten out the left leg as much as possible. Again, if you're more flexible, take your hands to the sole of the foot, or maybe you can join your hands, take hold of the right wrist with your left hand. On the sole of the foot, let's see if you can get your foot all the way to the ground beside your head. The knee is pretty much right in the armpits. Right heel pushes out. And then release, bend the knee. Take hold of the knee with your right hand. Left arm extends out to the side. And just pull the knee all the way over to the right. Twist. Keep the back of the shoulder down. Try to orient the knee towards the far end of the mat, the short end of the mat. Try to feel a nice lengthening through the lower back and the seat area. And coming back. Go to the other side now. Bring the right knee up. Take it to your left thigh. And then use the left hand to guide the knee over to the left. Make sure the front of the shoulders doesn't pop up. If it's close to the ear, you want to just try to flatten out that right shoulder back down. Keep stretching the right arm further away. And try to keep the back of the shoulder to go on the ground. And move the knee in a way that orients me towards the far front end of the mat. Try to feel a nice lengthening through the lower back area. Then return. Shavasana. Roll back to the center, feet falling away from mother. Hands facing up, palms facing up in a gesture of opening yourself up to receiving. Open yourself up to receiving all the best now. Take a deep breath in. Gather up all the tension in the body. Exhale. Let it all go. Feel it just draining right out of the body. All the tightness, all the feeling of blockage or restriction. Anything that impedes you in any way physically, let it all go. Inhale, mentally now collect all the thoughts and experiences that are disturbing you, that are keeping you in a state of grief or anger or pain or suffering, or just unreceptive to receiving other perspectives, other opinions, other possibilities and experiences, things that inhibit you in any way mentally. Exhale, let it all drop out. Be receptive. However challenging or fearful it might be to face new experiences, we need to evolve and grow. Be fearless and fierce. Now inhale, bring together all emotions and the tendencies that keep us from being in adherence and observance of the ethical rules. It's the only thing that restricts us and that doesn't make us feel loving and compassionate towards all beings, the animals included, the plants even. Exhale, let go of all those barriers, all those judgments, anything that, again, restricts us in that way, spiritually. Just come back to your true nature, which is always there. Everything is already within, you just have to turn it on. Turn up the love and the peacefulness and the consciousness up full force and radiate it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. Continue just be that beacon of light shining brightly. So now let's take that intention out into the world. Keep on radiating your light to all beings everywhere. And try this as also to see the light in all beings. They are all the same as you. So now let's come back to seated position. Always moving in a way that is silent, that is reverent, that is mindful. We'll close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a wonderful day.